And I always think it's hilarious because I'm going to tell you a secret. I don't really watch football.
I love that. To be honest, I love that.
I'm just saying, I don't. I don't. So even in the beginning in the intro, when I was like a pro ball tight end, I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but I'm gonna assume I'm just gonna say it for those who listen who understand it. But I will ask at the beginning of your NFL journey, like who were you then as a person? Like not just as a player, but as a human being at that point in your life.
Yes, at the beginning of my professional career, I was 23, fresh out of college. I mean, in the peak, right around the peak of like my drug addiction, alcoholism, just like that was what was taking over everything that I was doing at that time. I mean, I felt like there was almost like living a double life. Like there was you got the version of me that was like, smiling, laughing, showed up to work, worked hard, knew what I was supposed to do, my responsibilities and everything, and was somebody that people liked having around and interacting with. But, when I left the building and when I was by myself, it was just like a whole different person and making, everything kind of revolved around my addiction at the time and just really isolated, really a lot of shame at the core. Just, yeah, a lot, really alone, really stuffing a lot of pain and feelings away to just keep trudging along this NFL path that I set out on, with hopes that it would, free me from everything that I was feeling or make me bring me this deep sense of fulfillment, but it wasn't doing that at the time. And, I was numbing myself to avoid the fact that this wasn't necessarily the life that I think I wanted for myself. Like I was successful, but I didn't know if this was like what I truly wanted. So it was a really emotionally and mentally complex time for me as I'm navigating playing a professional sport, which kind of started to come out in suspensions and things like that.
Hmm. And what did success look like for you at that time?
It kind of like a general male American definition of success, I guess. Like
What
if I
is
got
that,
to the
by the way?
league,
Because I don't even know. I want
I think,
to.
I think personally, it's extremely financially successful career, having a sense of like when you walk in the room, people are like, "Oh, that's that guy that made it to the league from where we came from." Having access to a lot of women and just a lot of surface level things. And I was like, "Oh, I'm checking the boxes on all these things," but I'm like, "Where's the where's like the joy? Like where's the feeling that I thought I would get from getting to this place?" So I felt like I was successful on paper, but it felt like it was somebody else's definition of success. It didn't feel like I consciously sat down and defined like what is success for me. It took a few more years before I even started looking at that for myself. So I'm just kind of here like holding the mask up, like I'm here, I made it, like
I'm doing
we're
all the
ri-
things you said I was supposed to do.
we're rich, but
Yeah.
I'm dying on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. So the decision to play ball, how did that come to be? Was this a decision that you made? Was it just kind of the momentum that you built through school, through high school, or how did you wind up making that decision?
So starting playing football in general, I must have saw something on TV when I was 4 years old. I remember watching like all these old like NFL films. It's like they have footage from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s of football. And I used to just sit in front of the TV and watch those. I don't even know how I originally started watching it. Just found it on TV because my dad's from Queens. That's basketball country. And my mom is from Maryland, but it's not a football family by any means. So it's something that I came across and they put me into football 'cause I guess they saw me watching it. And from the jump, like I naturally had a feel for playing to where it was like, it just looked like I was a lot different than all the other kids that were playing. So I kind of naturally had a gift, I guess. And um, so it was just something that I was like, okay, like, this is something I'm going to do. I enjoyed it as a kid. It didn't feel like it had a bunch of pressure. It didn't feel like it had a bunch of expectations. It was just like, I love playing football. My mom talked about me sleeping with the football and all this stuff. So, and then just kept going with football. It was some struggles early, my first couple of years of high school to where I was really a lot smaller than everybody else. It took me a while to hit a growth spurt and be like on the varsity teams and all that stuff. And then I got some college scholarship offers from there, and then was able to do enough in college to get drafted into the NFL. But yeah, I remember early on as graduating high school and being like, oh, like you made it, you're going to play Division I football, was like the highest level of college football in America. And it was just like, yeah, it's cool, but I'm honestly more like afraid and feel like more pressure and like, because even at that time I was like, man, thinking like, I don't even know if I want to play football, but I feel like I kind of have to. I feel like I'm squandering this opportunity that nobody gets. Anybody would kill to be in your position. Feeling I didn't know how to feel the tension of that and choose something that may disappoint people, I guess. So I just went along with it. And there's a lot of moments of joy in football, but it was a huge drain on me as well, because you're pouring from. I was pouring from an empty cup a lot of the time, I think.
Yeah. I think there are people, while we're talking now about football, and I think that there are a lot of people who experience that where they're really good at something and they get the accolades and the reward for being really good at it. And there's this tension inside between what success looks like and what it should look like and how you're actually carrying the burden of that on the inside. And whether it's about football or about you need to, I'm first generation Haitian. You're supposed to get into some kind of a white collar professional thing, and and it looks great, and you're six figures, and you have the corporate card and all that great stuff. But it's so important to be aligned on the inside and calibrated on the inside. Did you realize that there was a disconnect within you, or how did you look at that tension or that conflict? Did you feel like I should be feeling a certain way, or was it kind of like I'm gonna get out of here? I'm gonna do something different.
A lot of what you just said, a lot of shooting myself to death, is what I've
Yes.
heard, how I've heard it put. A lot of yeah, a lot of black and white thinking of seeing like whether I play football or not is the right decision or a wrong decision, versus like allowing myself to have the experience I'm having with like, I don't know, I'm feeling some tension here. I just saw it from that lens of like, well, I have to. People would be so disappointed. People would look at me like I'm an idiot, or that's the only way that I knew how to see it. But, and I couldn't, at that time, I don't think I knew it as like a tension that I needed to explore emotionally as a part of just like my voice and my truth. But I look back now and I was like, I definitely was feeling that tension and kind of collapsed into, yeah, what I thought I should be doing and feeling.